Yo, guys, Justin James with the 10-7 here, and it is official, and I know Huzaifa is excited about it. We have DDP versus Khamzat, UFC 319, August 16th for the Middleweight Championship. This is huge news. I mean, Huzaifa called me, and he was so excited. He sounded like a kid on Christmas, and I tell you what, if Khamzat was my favorite fighter, I would be equally as excited. I'm not as excited as Huzaifa, but I tell you what, this is an awesome matchup, and I am very excited for this fight. Anyways, let's moving forward. And most of you guys are not going to like my take on this fight because I'm going against the grain. I've lost too much money betting against DDP in past events to go against him in this event, guys. I'm going to make it quick. I'm taking DDP, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. First off, let's talk about Khamzat Chimaev. All right, let me pull up a couple stats here that we can go through. Khamzat Chimaev making his debut July 15th, 2020. Comes on to the scene hot. Excuse me. Comes on to the scene hot. July 15th gets finished. Then July 25th gets another finish. 2 fights back-to-back within 10 days. Then goes back in September. So he fights essentially 3 times in 3 months. Has all this hype behind him. And then COVID hits. And if you guys remember when Khamzat got COVID, they were talking about him retiring. We talked about this. We talked about that. And since then, he's been kind of active. But for the most part, he just has these long layoffs in between fights. And he does have an impressive resume. Gerald Mercer, John Phillips. John Phillips making his debut. You know, Mike Tyson Phillips isn't really known for his grappling, but he is a very, very strong power puncher. I believe he's in bare knuckle now. Khamzat had his way with him, darsed him in the second round. Rice McKee, Gerald Mercer, Jingling Lee, Jack Hermanson in a wrestling match. Gilbert Burns, which to me is his most credible win, or Robert Whitaker. Kevin Holland, Kamaru Usman, you know, and most recently, like I just mentioned, Robert Whitaker. Now, Khamzat is an incredible fighter. I think he has great striking. I think he has great wrestling. I think he has great grappling. But him being inactive has really, really bothered me. And I'm looking at these dates of fights. We look at the UFC debut again, July 15th, 2020. Fought 3 times in 2020. He fought once in 2021. In 2022, fought 3 times. 2023 fought, that's a canceled bout. Excuse me. I'm sorry. He only fought twice in 2022. 2023, he fought once against Kamaru Usman. 2024, he only fought once against Robert Whitaker. And I feel like these long layoffs are not good because during these layoffs, you got DDP, our champion on the other side, who has lost me so much money because he keeps beating guys. I just feel he's just stayed more active. And I really feel that DDP, with how unorthodox he is, let's talk about DDP for a second. DDP coming in, 23 wins, 2 losses, 9-0 in the UFC. I mean, what an incredible resume he has, you know, making his UFC debut shortly after Khamzat in October of 2020. Since then, you know, he has UFC debut against Marcus Perez, beats him with the left hook, knocks him out. Then he has Trevin Giles. You beats him with by ground and pound. Brad Tavares, my team captain, man, goes out there, wins a decision. Darren Till beats him by rear naked choke. Derek Brunson stops him. Robert Whitaker stops him. Sean Strickland wins a split decision to get his championship. Israel Adesanya stops him, beats Sean Strickland again, and here we are with Khamzat Chimaev. I feel that DDP, because he's so unorthodox, because his footwork isn't, and I'm not going to say it's not good technique, because I think what wins fights is good technique. All right. Is it standard? Does he have standard technique of all the other fighters? Absolutely not. But we can't say it's bad technique because he's the UFC champion, guys. He's the best in the world, and he keeps proving it time and time again in dominant fashion. I think Khamzat is very tough. Obviously, he's very tough. I mean, look at the guy. He's 14-0. And he's he's so strong. He's ragdoll guys. Remember when he picks up his opponent, looks at Dana White, starts talking to him from a body lock. Like, fighters don't do this. Khamzat is something special. but that we can't take away from DDP is something special too. He's been able to put together this unorthodox way of striking and to have success with it. And nobody's been able to figure it out, including my teammates, man. Brad Tavares, Sean Strickland twice, and then Robert Whitaker. I bet the house with Robert Whitaker. How good did Robert look in his fight to get that title fight, and then gets his teeth crushed by Khamzat, man. It's Khamzat is so good. But I think the deciding factor is going to be the championship rounds. Now, if Khamzat can get in there and finish the fight in 1, 2, or 3, okay, I could see that happening. But if it gets in that 4th and 5th round, I really feel he's going to start fading. And how do you prepare for someone like DDP? How do you prepare for someone that's as unorthodox as him? I mean, it'd be hard to replicate. Like when I'm preparing for a southpaw, I get a whole bunch of guys that are southpaw that come in and I can replicate that. But you can't replicate DDP, man. He's so unorthodox, and he doesn't have, I mean, his timing is unorthodox. He goes, you never know when he's coming. You never know when he's going. His defense is impeccable. I think his wrestling and his grappling are very underrated, man. Just because it's unorthodox, you know, they're putting unorthodox and underrated in the same category. And I think we need to really start respecting his grappling. Guys, again, he is the UFC champion. He is undefeated in the UFC. And I actually thought he was a decision machine, but actually he has an incredible finish rate. I mean, let me look this up really quick. 9 wins by KO or TKO, 11 wins by submission, and only 3 wins by decision, guys. This guy is a finishing machine. Now, you take someone like Khamzat, who is also great in the early rounds. You take him into deep water. I see DDP burying Khamzat in the 4th and 5th round. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to like that take. Huzaifa is probably going to freak out and call me an idiot. But guess what? I'm going against the grain, guys. I'm taking DDP by decision. He's going to win the 3rd round, the 4th round, or the 5th round. Khamzat's not going to be able to keep the pace. Tell me what you think.